Moon Knight is steering Marvel down a dark path we hope to never return from. Let's take a look at how they handled this show behind the scenes. Number 1. We're happy to hear they put so much consideration into this. Oscar Isaac really pushed for the mental health to be taken seriously, pointing out that there's a difference between trying to cover your bases so you don't get called out, and actually caring about the people watching it who might be suffering as well. Before the camera started rolling, the team were working hard to not exploit anyone's trauma by using it as a backstory or plot device. The story and filmmaking became entirely about the character trying to heal from trauma.
Ultimately, take the mental health aspect incredibly seriously.
Number 2. Like every Marvel suit, the Moon Knight costume was not made with comfort in mind, but they did think to include a cooling mechanism underneath.
Literally cooler is the Mr. Knight outfit. There's less layers.
I think the Mr. Knight is kind of the baddest looking costume I've ever seen.
But May would have to disagree.
I'd say the Moon Knight costume looks cooler, but the Mr. Knight costume has a much cooler entrance.
Number 3. First thing we must say is Oscar Isaac is rocking the silver hair. Now just imagine him doing all the stunt work in the suit. The level of dedication from Isaac is unquestionable. From martial arts to knife fights, he is in tip-top shape. Number 4. This is the plotline of so many movies, except make the A-lister a kid with dreams from a small town. Oscar Isaac is the reason Ethan Hawke got his role. He ran into Isaac at a coffee shop while he was with his daughter Maya. This isn't super out of the blue. The two only live like 3 blocks from each other.
And he starts telling me about Moon Knight, and I'm like, cool, that sounds great. He goes, would you be the bad guy?
Hawke got the offer by dinner. There wasn't a script. He just said yes because he likes Oscar Isaac.
I smelled something great, so yeah, I did it.
Number 5. Swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon. David Koresh was character inspiration for Ethan Hawke.
The Moon Knight is inconstant, then the villain needs to be constant.
So, Hawke started seeing his character more like a sun figure. He felt he should have long hair like a lion, like a sun. If Isaac's character is a fractured person, then Hawke needs to be really whole and gentle and kind. Or, of course, he needed to be seen that way. Number 6. May was inspired by herself. She had no interest in making her character cool and sexy, saying, "That's not me. I'm the spaz who falls down." And so I wanted to bring that to her because I feel like that makes up a whole woman. Every woman I know is this dichotomy of traits. At the end of the day, she just wanted to feel real. Number 7. Pro tip: if you can't solve the cube, just remove the stickers and re-stick them.
I can really do Rubik's Cube, by the way.
You're kind of like a genius.
I am.
Talk about a fun skill to put on your resume. Do you think they included the cube when they found out he could do it? Or do you think he had to audition for the part by doing the cube? Or do you think he lied on his resume and then panic learned from YouTube tutorials? Number 8. It all started in the theater. What gets Oscar Isaac to say yes to a project is he wants to know if there is space for him to be creative.
Is there space for me to actually bring something new and interesting to it?
For Isaac, that's more important than the character or the director or the script. He had a lot of fun collaborating with Marvel because it felt like they really got to create Moon Knight together, from the ground up. Isaac and Hawke are both theatrically trained, which, although theater and film skill sets are pretty different, character development remains the same.
They kind of have a theatre approach to the craft, and they really dig into it, you know?
Number 9. For most movies, you ask for a bus and you get a bicycle. Ethan Hawke's been acting since he was 13, but the Marvel sets are the best sets he's ever been on. Hawke was feeling just a bit intimidated by the sky's the limit budget.
If you want a crane, you get 5. If you want a chopper, we got 3. Anything you can dream up, they make happen.
Number 10. The struggle was real. The miniseries is such a weird transitional animal between movies and series. Not TV, not a movie. It felt very movie-like, other than lack of filming time.
Honestly, it was like a masterclass every day.
The tone of filming was a bit odd too. Moon Knight is a globe-trotting action-adventure, an intense character study.
On the Moon Knight pages, things go bump in the night.
So it's a little bit spookier than some of the other Marvel stories, and there's also a need for the humor that's evident in the broader Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It was fun, but it was also like, you're aware of the circumstance that you're in.
And technically, filming it was scary for May at times. Number 11. Do you think the actors stayed in the Grand Budapest Hotel? The Egyptology overlay is something Marvel hasn't done before. They filmed in the Museum of Fine Arts in Budapest, Hungary. Which, fun fact, Black Widow show's primary shooting location was also Budapest. Filming in Jordan captured the Egyptian atmosphere. It feels like Marvel is trying to keep their edge over DC, delving into the darkness, truly for the first time, with white Batman at the helm. They're doing what DC does best and doing it better. Which suit do you like more, the Moon Knight or Mr. Knight? Let us know in the comments, and thanks for hanging out with us here at The Things.